One of the central questions facing investigators on the January 6th committee is the question of who was responsible for the multi-state fake electors scheme. If you've been watching this show, you have seen Rachel's extensive coverage of this issue. Our Constitution elects presidents via the Electoral College. And so, after each presidential election, every state convenes a group of electors to sign an official document casting their votes for whichever candidate won the election in that state. After the 2020 election, Trump supporters in 7 states that Biden won, convened their own slates of alternate unofficial electors. In 5 of those states, those fake Trump electors met and signed official-looking election certificates, ones that falsely claimed they were the duly elected and qualified electors. Those documents all had the same conspicuously similar formatting. The idea was to get Vice President Pence to use those fake certificates to declare Trump the winner on January 6 when it came time to certify the results. For months now, reporters across the country have been trying to get answers from those fake Trump electors about who told them to carry out this multi-state scheme. Here's what it looked like when an Arizona reporter put the question to one of that state's fake Trump electors.
Did you have direction from anybody in doing this? Was it you, 11, yourself doing this, or did someone give you advice on the manner in which you can do it?
So I was one of the electors, right? I'm not in charge of the electors, so you would need
How did you hear about it?
How did you hear about it? You would need to ask the party chair.
How did you hear about it? How did you hear about the plan? Were you just told to be someone?
You would need to ask the party chair that question.
Right, but you're the person who received the call. You showed up, right? How did you know to show up that day?
So as I said, you can go ahead and ask the party chair the logistics of it.
Ask her how you got a phone call to go somewhere?
You're welcome to talk to them about the logistics.
Do you not know how you arrived at a place?
Thank you. I appreciate your question.
Do you really not know how you got a call?
Have a great one.
The other question, I was hoping
That was Arizona State Representative Jake Hoffman trying desperately to seem like he really does not know how he ended up becoming one of those fraudulent electors for Donald Trump. Well, today, we have unearthed what we believe to be some exclusive, never-seen-before documents, ones showing just how involved in the scheme State Representative Jake Hoffman really was. On January 5th, 2021, just one day before the attack on the Capitol, Hoffman sent an email to 3 White House staffers. In that email, he attached what he described as a, quote, urgent letter for the vice president and asked that a copy of it be shared with then-President Trump as well. Here is what that letter said. Quote, Dear Mr. Vice President, I write to you on the eve of January 6th joint session of the United States Congress to approve the certification of the 2020 presidential election to request that you, in your capacity as the President of the Senate and the presiding officer over the aforementioned joint session of Congress, delay the certification of the election results and instead seek a clarification from the Arizona legislature as to which slate of presidential electors are proper and accurate. Again, this is the same Jake Hoffman who responded to questions about his role in the scheme by essentially saying, who, me? I don't know anything about it. Ask someone else. One White House staffer who received that email wrote back, Thanks, Jake. I have shared the letter with a key member of the president's team. Which is something that might be of interest to January 6th investigators. I should note, we have reached out for comment to Arizona State Representative Jake Hoffman and the White House staffer who responded to his email. We have not yet heard back. But how did Hoffman and all the other fake electors end up together in this big, fraudulent, multi-state scheme? How did it get started? And who in Trump's orbit knew about it or was involved in planning it? Last month, CNN and the Washington Post both reported that Rudy Giuliani and several unnamed Trump campaign officials had a role in overseeing the fake electors plot in several states. In the wake of that reporting, January 6 investigators sent subpoenas to 14 of these so-called fake electors. Now today, the January 6 investigation has issued a new batch of 6 subpoenas, again, focused on the fake electors scheme. The 6 include 2 elected state officials in Pennsylvania and Arizona, as well as the chair of the Arizona